welcome. It's been a while since I've done a video, but then, I'm not really pumping out videos anyway on a regular basis. But yeah, just a quick update really what's going on. As you can see, I am now in 2070. They seem really cool here. Happy to be here. Still finding my feet. So addressing the elephant in the room. I was officially kicked out of Kingdom 916. A bit awkward, but the leadership there, they've got to do what they think's best, and removing me from any position of influence or power, I guess, has been deemed essential for the leadership in 916. I'm obviously a bit cut up about it. When I found out the news, I was actually sat on a beach, relaxing, enjoying my day off, because I've started a new job recently, so I've been like crazy busy the last 2-3 weeks. Like crazy busy. So yeah, a bit unfortunate to find out that news while sat relaxing on your day off on the beach, but it is what it is. So I've been getting lots of messages. I'm not really going to show any private messages on YouTube on a video, especially from like the King of 916. But yeah, I was officially asked to leave. I could have waited till the end of KVK, but fighting in the KVK against 846, 862 water camp, I'd burnt quite a lot of my resources and speed ups. So I thought it best to get myself to 2070 as soon as possible. I have now missed out on the Bastion stuff and the coins you get from doing the crystal researches for the next blueprints. I have crafted, so I did manage to craft the dagger and also the Moor's Web. So I went with these basically because I'm a support player. I swarm stuff. I swarmed a few flags. Some really nice little flags that I managed to burn by myself, catching the enemy refreshing. So, they were refreshing their Zenobia, refreshing most of their garrison, and they'd leave like 300k in there, and I'd bomb in there and swarm it. So this stuff helps with that. So I've missed out on probably, I'm a low spender anyway, so I was never going to max tech, or I don't even know if that's possible because that was my first heroic anthem. But anyway, so yeah, I was kicked from 916. The reasons I was given were I bred a culture of us and them rather than it should have been us together. I guess that means the whole kingdom together. I'll be honest, until recently I have been struggling with mental health, depression and anxiety, and I was drinking too much, so I did have the occasional outburst. So yeah, that probably didn't do me any favors, but and I was open and honest about that. And then recently I have said I'm on a much better path now. I've left the job I wasn't happy in previously, and I've now got a new job where I'm much happier, and I've moved country. I'm now with Kate. So, my diet's much better. My mental health feels a lot better. I've also quit smoking. I've got a little vape thing, which I'm also planning to quit shortly, so then I'll be completely non-smoking. I'm drinking a lot less. Like I'm working a lot harder, which helps, 'cause that's fitness as well. Like I'm working in a high-end, top-tier restaurant for fine dining, so it's very intense, and you have to be completely and utterly focused. So yeah, so that was one reason. I don't completely agree with it, because there's been many occasions over the months in 916 where I've tried to work with them. Like before Osiris League, I tried to brainstorm strategy. I even sent them our strategies and what we were working on, and got nothing in return. That's me trying to be them rather than us. But I got nothing back in return. I also tried to organise practice matches, but they said they didn't have time. So that's another thing. That's me trying to be them rather than us. Multiple. So yeah, I don't really agree with it. And there is another reason they gave me was we were doing our own thing. Kingsland was mentioned, but then so we're looking here. So I was doing this constantly throughout KVK. So this is when Kingsland opened. We weren't flagging to connect territory with an enemy. Our flag path we were given was just flagging towards the ziggurat, with AP16 to the south of us and SQ16 to the north and the east of us. I'll get into that a little bit in a minute. So yeah, but I had some issues. This has happened twice. So I bought a tablet for like months ago for the reason, so I wouldn't lag in Arc, in Osiris League and in big KVK fights. So yeah, one of the reasons I was given was Kingsland. We were doing our own thing, but you can clearly see here, like, go help T2A and SQ, like, and we had Kate leading the murder ball because of my issues I had with the lag. I went building flags, so I spent like 2 hours building flags to the ziggurat, and then I was on Discord, and AP16, Covert Girl, I believe, she was on there. I said, don't block us, leave us space. AP16 accommodated us and let us through, but then SQ16 decided to block us. Like their counter argument would be you didn't have any crystals, but I had 2 flags worth of crystals left, so we could have been parallel with SQ16 against the 862 alliance that were coming our way, up directly above the ziggurat, and then like you've got double rally opportunities there. But for some reason, a certain member decided to block us, and then I have a moan about it and say he blocked us, and they're like, well, just join SQ16. And my counter to that counter was, well, wouldn't it make sense if we could double rally if one of us dropped coalition? But it is what it is. So I was sending everyone. Kate was leading the murder ball. We were there with everyone we had, those that weren't building flags. And then there was another moment, I don't know, it was weird. This is weird. Lost Kingdom list, where we come from, 63 or something. This one, yeah. So I'll just load in here quick, have a look. So another moment they mentioned about us doing our own thing was around this circle here. So at this time, we were fighting water down here, somewhere down here. And, I had markers here, go join KKT6, T2AR. But also at the time, where's that circle gone? Where's Kingsland? Kingsland. So it's this circle. So I was the only active leader in the alliance at this time. I was the only R4 that was online. Our R5 was offline, so we couldn't bring in new R4s, right? So I was the only one active, who could accept people coming back, who could place markers and all that sort of stuff. So I couldn't go south and fight. So what we had here, we had a lovely little bottleneck at this corner. So our flags were all here and SQ were here. So it was me and like 7 other people who were fighting here, right? I was teleported in here somewhere, and like Viru, like I guess like a farm alliance or sub alliance of 846. So they didn't have many cities in here. So I wanted to fight. I couldn't go fight down south because I was the only active R4. Like, you can't leave an alliance like us with nobody there for markers or to accept people coming back or tell people coming online what to do. So yeah, and we actually traded really well fighting these guys. Like I had one garrison captain, Tecton, and I had one rally leader, Gary. And then, there was a handful of smaller power players, around 50, 60 million. So if this is doing our own thing, like 40 of our members were in KKT6 or T2AR fighting down south already. But I was just leading a small group here. And we actually completely burnt 6 Viru flags and defended our own with really good trades. And we were rallying Viru flags along this sort of area and catching the enemy with like 500k in there, and we had a full rally. So we were killing like 200,000 of like individual player like troops. So so that was another reason I was given, as us and them. But like every day I was placing markers of where people should go. I was sending people left, right, and centre, and like everybody was like. Another reason I was given, which is complete horseshit, not from leadership, but from people, other people messaging me, is we're focused on ARC over KVK. Well, I was at 69 million power, but my highest power before the fight was 105. So I've got in here in my favourites. So I took 5 million dead. My kills, I don't know, I got the achievement for 30 mil kills like way before Kingsland even opened, so I'm pretty sure I ended up with 40 to 50 million kills. I burnt through, like, I'm a low spender, so my speed ups are, they don't, I'm not buying gold chests or even silver chests, so I burnt through a good couple years, maybe more, of generic speed ups fighting, burnt through billions of resources, and not once did I ever tell my ARC team, keep yourself strong for next season of Osiris League, or keep yourself strong for ARC, or anything like that. Like, it was actually the opposite. I was telling people, look, make sure you get stuck in, make sure you're active and you're fighting, and you're putting in some impressive stats for the kingdom, and join here, join there, go fight here, go fight there. So that was another reason I was given, not from leaders, but from other players in the kingdom. We're purely focused on ARC. But I think that's just people looking for someone to blame when, the truth is actually a lot of our like ARC or OL team are probably in the top 100 in the kingdom for individual stats this KVK. So yeah, that excuse can fuck off, to be honest. Like me, myself, 5 million deads, probably nearly 50 million kills. Yeah, that's not an ARC prioritizing stats, is it? So yeah, it is unfortunate what happened, but this whole us and them thing, that's upset me the most, because that's like their reasoning behind, like, it's not just me being kicked out. Like, in the message I got, it was me and my team. I asked for clarification on this. Like, does that mean all of my ARC team? Like, because that's a lot of players. Or is it the whole of K916? Like, we fought hard. Like, and even when we were fighting up here, I found the perfect spot for our fort on this side of the mountain, where it couldn't be touched from this side. And we had this little bottleneck here for open field, which was lovely, and around here, like, it was lovely. Like, the leader of our kingdom himself came into our Discord and asked us, how you guys doing? You're the only team making progress at the minute, so well done. Yeah. And we were sending murder balls down south to help our allies down south, because our fort, it was perfectly placed. So we were all good up here. So we were sending open field skirmishes and murder balls down south to help, everyone. So, if we were focused on just us, we could have just held our ground, but we were helping KKT6. We were coming down helping T2AR and also SQ. And we were also, once we had our defensive setup in place, I had markers to join SQ, markers to join T2AR. I had markers for a murder ball position. Like, we were coming around this sanctuary and helping our allies fight here. So, yeah, we were the only ones making progress. That's from our leader's own words. We were doing well. We fought hard. We were actually winning our area when another kingdom leader put out a kingdom-wide message of retreat. Like, we were winning our zone. We were burning a flag in here, and we were all good up here. And like, we were winning this fight. Like, us and KKT6 were putting up good pressure against the 2 or 3 alliances we were fighting here. Like, yeah, eventually we would have probably got breached up the north and then been in trouble. But at that moment, we were doing well. Yeah, I don't know. And then thinking back, like, this whole us and them, it does piss me off, to be honest, because you go back to KVK2. I was in KKT6, and it was the same alliances with the major flag paths into culture in KVK2 for it was us versus 2 kingdoms. But in KKT6, the videos are on this channel, the murder ball videos. What did I call it was a trilogy series, the Unbreakable series, which shows KVK2. Like, we didn't have access to culture. We could only build a fort. But instead of being, we couldn't get into the top alliances anyway because all the spots were taken. But to be proactive, we didn't just sit there and watch our fort build for 4 hours. We random teleported like 60 or 70 cities into culture, and then made like a murder ball and marched south. Like, our cities were getting rallied, and people took deads, but we wanted to help. we wanted to fight, we wanted to help, and we actually held off. I can't remember the kingdom name, but you'll see it in the videos that their colour was red. We pretty much held them off and broke their back, which massively helped our culture endeavour and helped us win. Like in KKT6, we were the first alliance to reach an enemy pass. But us and them, whatever, we did really well. K916 in that KVK just flagged to a dead end. So that's KVK2 and Coucher. K916, nothing to do, flagged to a dead end. If they wanted action, they had to try and squeeze into spots that didn't exist in the big alliances. KVK3, I was in K916 for this one. Flagged to a dead end again. You have to join the same alliances, but they will counter argument and say, well, it's about the kingdom, it's not. But then it's the same fucking alliances that are always having the premier flag paths or the premier strategies, and then you have to fit into their alliances, which like in a kingdom this size, with the amount of players, like 50 million, 60 million players not going to get accepted, are they? Because you got 80, 90, 100 million power players trying to get in. So a lot of these players got a bit pissed off, and their activity dropped, and it was our activity that let us down in this KVK4. Yeah, again, KVK3, K916 flagged to a dead end, and our only option was to join the big alliances or the kingdom leader alliances. But we did it. We put the markers, join here, join there, sent the Discord messages, go help these big alliances. And then our stats after KVK2 and KVK3, quite a lot of players, their stats were quite low, but like I said, it's hard for a 50 million power player to get in, for 8, 9, 10 hours to fight. You're always going to be rank 1 at the bottom of that list there for when R4s or R5 are looking for people to kick out to bring in bigger fighters. And then this KVK, again, Kingsland, K916, we took this path. So this is what I was doing. I followed my flag path perfectly down here to the ziggurat, and then we were blocked here. So we were here with 2 more flag worth of crystals, so we could have got to here, which is where SQ ended up fighting 862 here. So us and SQ could have been parallel here. Double rally opportunities, like I said, but we were blocked with a flag that was built here. So we ended up stuck here with nothing to do, basically. And, we lost the fight up here. The retreat from Kingsland was called, and, we just wasted all that time building flags. I personally wasted 2 hours. But then I was lagging, so I will hold my hands up and say if I didn't have that lag, I would have been leading the murder ball over here. But Kate did a good job. But us and them. But it was the same alliances as always on the front line. So I'm in 2070 now. They seem really cool, really chill, really organised. I did want to stay in 916, but I was told from a leader that, it's obvious why you want to stay. You've got a safe place to play Ark. Well, no, actually, we wanted to give it one more go. But me and Stephen, we're not the type to just quit easily. We wanted to give it one more go. And I'd heard we were going to merge with T2AR, which I was really excited about. Like, I love Titany, I love Wildfire. Kobe seems cool. and there are other players, Kaiser, like I've spent a bit of time in their alliance, when I've had to go and help them fight, and they're really organised, really efficient, really coordinated. And there was a moment over here which I loved, when we were over here. T2AR sent a massive murder ball to help K916, because we were about to connect flags with W2D, who were from Kingdom 829, and it was their murder ball that allowed us to burn them and cut them, forcing them to have to destroy a fortress and build another fortress back in their starting zone. So brilliant from T2R. Like, I was so excited for that. That was actually the main reason I wanted to stay, the merge. And I'd already spoken beforehand with Kate that I was going to step down from R4 because my new job, I'm too busy. I only need to be R4, to lead ARC, which is like an hour every fortnight. And also, Meta didn't need to be R4. So, like, removing us from leadership, like, we were actually proactively going to do it ourselves, like, to accommodate the merge and to accommodate T2AR, R4s. Like, I don't need to be R4. Like, I'm like, during war or during ARC, yeah, I'm good with markers, I'm good with murder balls, I'm good with fighting leadership. Like, there was a moment here, I'll just say it anyway. Like, people probably forgotten or don't fucking believe it, but this pass over here, we actually breached their zone once. So 846, they were focused over here with 415, and we breached them. Now, what started the snowball of this breach? So we had an SQ fort here, T2A up here, K9 here. There was a huge WIB murder ball here, yeah? Huge. And SQ were getting attacked. K9, we held our ground down here impressively. I took a little murder ball up and around towards the SQ fort. There was probably like 60, 70 armies, and WIB had like a good couple hundred here. And I knew most of them would be at AFK, but we attacked them anyway. Like, I did try it a couple hours earlier and we got wrecked. But, fair play to my team. They followed me into a potential meat grinder again, but this time we did actually break them. And then this started a snowball. Like, SQ finally came out of their fucking cities, and we managed to push them back to the pass, breach their zone, and start rallying cities and burning forts and flags. And we had a great few hours. And it was my proactivity, my singular proactivity and leadership that, if I hadn't led that murder ball onto WIB's huge murder ball, that snowball would have never happened. But it's us and them. I only care about us. When, like, yeah, whatever. So yeah, I was, we had discussed migration in K916. Drago knew about this. Obviously, someone sent him a screenshot. But it was just because people were starting to talk about it, and I wanted to take ownership of it. People were starting to disappear one at a time, and I hate that. Like, we're family, we're friends, we've been discussing and chatting and having good times with each other for months. And it's really sad just to see people disappear one by one. So I wanted to take ownership of the migration and say, look, and bring us together as a collective to discuss it. And after our discussions, we decided to stay in 916. And it would have been, all the fighters, like those who didn't contribute, there would have been a purge, or, like people getting kicked out. Like, I've got nothing, I've got no problem with that. I've got nothing against that. But, like a lot of my team who I've been in, like, leadership over. Of, they've all fought well this KVK, and they've got some impressive stats. So that's all it was. I just, instead of one at a time going, if we were going to go, I wanted to go as a collective, or if we were going to stay, I wanted to stay as a collective. And either of those objectives, I wanted clear goals and a path that people could believe in and follow. And people were behind staying in 916, and people were excited for T2AR merging with us, and new leadership, new direction, new coordination, or better coordination, better. Yeah. So, but yeah, on that day, I was told I was on the list to be removed from the kingdom, and yet again, I'll stress it wasn't because of stats. Like, I had 5 million deads and nearly 50 million kills, so it had nothing to do with stats. Yeah, I bred a culture of us and them rather than us as a kingdom. I focused on ARC more than KVK. But yeah, I don't know. I really hope it's not as petty as because of Osiris League. I really the worst thing about this is the time we invested building this team, the discussions, discussing commanders, discussing talents, discussing murder-balls, discussing pairings for commanders, strategies, building the team, helping people on a one-to-one basis. I was getting PMs, talent trees. I was like, you want to do this for this? You can have this one set up for this situation. This is the equipment you can focus on. Hours, with a ridiculous amount of hours of time. Like me, Stephen, Brad, Tecton, Dio, spent in discussion. And it's not just for ARC, it's game sense and game knowledge on the whole. And that's why we're pretty mean fighters. It's not just about ARC. All those discussions are useful also in KVK and, for general, warfare. But anyways, I've ranted on too long now. I just wanted this out as, my side of the story, how I see it. I think it's really unfair. I was always for the kingdom. I did have my outbursts, when my mental state was a bit fractured, or I was under the influence of too much alcohol. But it all came from a place of caring for the kingdom and wanting the kingdom to do better. I'm not going to hold any grudges. I had some amazing times in 916, like KKT6 and Coucher. Like I said, the Unbreakable series. I've got the videos if you want to check them out. That was incredible. And then KVK3, I've got one video on my channel for that, because the A-seed kingdom we were fighting, Kingsland was a joke. It was over in 20 minutes. And then this KVK, it's been amazing. I've never fought so much, and I was just everywhere fighting like crazy. I skipped work, I lost money. I'm a low spender. I'm a normal guy, I did what I was told. I was told to skip work, lose out on money. I did what I was told for the kingdom. But yeah, anyways, I've rambled on enough. I've had some good times in 916, and I'm looking forward now to 2070 and the next adventure. I've learned a lot from mistakes I have made. I'm not 100% innocent. I did some stupid shit, with a fort drop that got destroyed. That was my bad. That was on me. And a few other things, but it wasn't about us and them. It was always for the kingdom. I got asked to make a really strong second team, but obviously I made it too strong. Anyways, this has been JediMind. I don't know what to title this video yet. I was going to title it The Defamation of JediMind, but I don't know. I'm probably going to piss off a lot of people with this video, but I just wanted my side of the story out there. Anyways, peace out. I don't know when I'll be making the next one, but I'll see you then.